Once upon a time, in the grand kingdom of Vijayanagara, there lived a clever courtier named Tenali Raman. He was known far and wide for his wit and intelligence. One day, King Krishna Devaraya, the ruler of Vijayanagara, received a magnificent but very wild horse as a gift. The horse was so wild that no one in the palace could train it. The king thought hard about who could take up this challenging task. His eyes fell on Tenali Raman, and he decided to test Tenali's wit. "Tenali Raman," the king announced, "I want you to train this wild horse. You have 1 month to do so." Tenali knew he couldn't really train such a wild horse, but he accepted the king's challenge with a smile. He asked the king to ensure that no one, including the king himself, would come near the stable for a month. The king agreed, curious to see what Tenali would do. A month passed. The entire palace buzzed with excitement, wondering how Tenali had managed to train the wild horse. On the day of reveal, the king, along with his courtiers, went to the stable. There, they found Tenali standing beside the still wild and untrained horse. The king was puzzled. "Tenali Raman, how did you train this horse?" he asked. Tenali replied with a twinkle in his eye. "Your Majesty, I have trained this horse to do something extraordinary. It will only allow a rider to mount it if that person can hold onto its leash for 3 days and 3 nights without letting go." The king and the courtiers were stunned. They quickly realized that it was impossible for anyone to do such a thing. The king burst into laughter, understanding Tenali's clever ruse. He admired Tenali's wit in tackling a task that was impossible in the first place. The king declared, "Tenali, you have once again proved your cleverness. You cannot train a wild horse in a month, just as you cannot expect someone to hold its leash for 3 days straight." The courtiers joined in the laughter, and the story of how Tenali Raman cleverly avoided training the wild horse spread across the kingdom. And so, Tenali Raman continued to be a beloved figure, known for his sharp mind and humorous solutions. And that's how Tenali Raman cleverly managed to avoid a task that was impossible, winning the king's admiration and a place in the hearts of all who heard his story.